Good day, my BC250 friends. In the previous video about liquid-cooled steam machine, I was showing that I'm gonna use additional power connectors, which you can see on the screen, in order to supplement PCI Express power connector with two Molex microfeed connectors. I did it before with my first steam machine as soon as we start to overclock CPU and the GPU and I needed more power. And now I did it again, and I think this is a very good way to provide sufficient reliable power to BC250 when you have 40 compute units unlocked. So, what is Molex microfeed connector? This is part of microfeed connector system which used in different applications, including consumer electronics, telecommunication, automotive, and so on. In our case, we are particularly interested in 8-pin male connector, which has part number 43025/0800. This connector can be easily found on most common marketplaces, including Amazon, eBay, and of course AliExpress. If you're going to purchase on AliExpress, please do your work, because same connector can be sold at totally different price. And for example, you can see that this lot has 10 connectors for basically €2.5 including shipping. We are interested in 8-pin connector, meaning 2 times 4 pin. It comes together with the pins which you need to crimp or solder. Let's see how to do this. On the screen you can see typical crimping tool, which is made to work with the connectors of this type. The pin itself has two areas. One is made to be crimped over the stripped piece of wire, another is holding the insulation. You have to strip the wire, twist it a little bit, insert the pin in the pliers. After that you need to insert a wire and firmly press the pliers to secure the pin on the wire. Of course, later on you will need to pull firmly the pin and to make sure that it's holding well on the wire. Here you can see the correct way how it should be crimped. After that, all you need is just to insert the pin with the crimped wire inside of the connector, where it will be locked. If you have never used the crimping tool, I strongly suggest you getting some spare pins, get some spare wires, and practice, because at the first attempt you may not succeed and it's possible that the pin will not be crimped properly. So you can see real-time video how to do this, and of course you can at any time watch some video on YouTube with detailed explanations and examples. Another alternative, in case you don't have a crimping tool and you don't want to buy one, you can just solder the pin to each wire, make sure that they are secured well, and it will be as good, if not better, than being crimped. As for the wires, I strongly recommend using quality 18 AWG wires, but taking in account that we are going to have PCIe connector and two Molex microfeed, I think it's also safe to use 20 AWG wires, but not less. Regarding the pinouts of proprietary connectors which are compatible with Molex microfeed. Here you can see the pins we are going to use, you see that only 3 positive connectors and 3 grounds are utilized in each 8-pin connector. The other 2 pins on each side, they are for another purpose, for sensing the board and so on. So for power feed, we're gonna use exactly as it is indicated on my image. Yellow pins are positive 12 volt and brown pins are ground. So at the end, your connector, when it's crimped, should look like that. One more small detail is that we need to use a sharp paper cutter or a knife and to remove the small plastic latch which is used to secure the connector in the original female socket, which we don't have. It is important to note that each connector eventually has to go to its own socket. They will not be interchangeable because of the way how the pins are arranged. So please make sure that you marked each connector and each socket properly so you will not make mistake when disconnecting or connecting it to the board. So after upgrade, we will have 9 12-volt lines connected to our BC250. And even if we take half of the rated current per every line, we will have eventually more than 400 watt of guaranteed power draw safely through 3 connectors, which in reality would be much higher. Therefore, burning and melting cables is not an issue. And now you can safely unlock your 40 compute units, do necessary overclock of GPU and CPU, limited only by capacity of VRM and your particular chip. And now I want to say thank you, take care, good luck in your overclocks, and happy use of BC250. See you, bye bye.